The Barry Alvarez Show with your host, Jeff Lenzen.
Welcome to the Barry Alvarez Show. Very disappointing game. You said coming into this game you had a lot of young players. You wouldn't know how they would react. It's kind of clear you suffered some growing pains last night.
Well, you know, that's what I tried to say early, and you never know how young kids first time out. And I thought we started the game well, and when some things go wrong, you know, I think some of the young kids started pressing a little bit and getting out of sync, and that's what can happen to a young team.
That's always the key a lot of times. The longer you can stay in a game with those young kids and keep the crowd into it, the more confidence they build.
Yeah, if you dig a hole for yourself and they have to start clawing back, we just made it more difficult for ourselves.
All right, let's take a look at some of the first half highlights in this one. National television audience, new uniforms for the Badgers, and early in the game, defense for you guys, playing pretty well. Colorado's first possession, Pete Monty on the tackle. Colorado 3 and out on their first possession.
I think our first two possessions were 3 and out. I thought our defense had a good rhythm, and we're changing up and moved the ball. We had a good rhythm early in the game.
Here's Carl McCullough, first couple runs for him. He's running hard as well.
See, Carl's a big, powerful runner, gets some extra yards after contact.
Now the drive stalls, and John Hall's 39-yarder is long enough, but wide right. Disappointing because you guys made a good drive to get out with no points.
Yeah, you like to come out of there with points. We drove the length of the field, had a nice drive, and it hurts not to come out of there without any points.
But as you said, 3 and out again for Colorado. The defense swarming on the Buffaloes early.
I thought our run defense until they wore out late in the game played pretty well, did some good things.
And then one of the stories we talked about, special teams, Brian Alexander's punt, his first punt is blocked, and that hurt you guys as well. Special teams disappointing.
Well, we cost ourselves some points, and special teams hurt us. Really hurt us early in the game. We gave up a point on the field goal. We set up some more points right here, and it was nothing that we hadn't seen.
Defense still hanging in there, doing a good job stopping and holding Colorado to a field goal out of that, despite getting the ball deep in your territory. Now the Badgers get it back, and then they go to work again. Nice play here. Darrell Bevel finding Reggie Torian.
We got the ball to Reggie. They're playing man coverage and got a pick underneath or rub off underneath, and Reggie picks up some good yardage.
By the way, with that pass, Darrell Bevel now the total offense leader at Wisconsin, and Torian showing some of his speed to the sideline. Once again, though, the drive stall is another chance for some points. John Hall, again, plenty of leg, and you're going to see this one just goes a little bit wide left. And those are things you're talking about, Barry. You come down a couple chances, come away with no points.
Yeah, again, the offense moved the ball. We get down there, sure, definitely within John's range, and that's something that we're going to have to rectify.
Colorado finally gets this offense going. Coy Detmer to Ray Caruth, and in for the score.
Well, this is just a poor job of tackling. We have them in front of us. They complete the ball, but we've got to tackle them there.
The Badgers answer, though, Bevel to Michael London, a similar play to Reggie Torian, crossing over the middle, and London almost breaks us.
London had a good game. I thought Michael came back and did some good things after sitting out last year. Good job of running after he caught the ball.
And then Bevel rolls out and sees an opening and takes it himself for the score. And see in the replay here, he got a couple of good blocks from the running back.
Got a chop right there, knocked the end down by Cecil Martin, and there's no containment. They're playing man behind it, and Darrell does a nice job of reading on the corner and getting in the end zone.
But Colorado comes right back. Detmer with lots of time and finds Caruth a nifty move here. That got them close to scoring position.
Here you see we get a little rhythm back and have a defensive back fall and give them a 51-yard play.
And then they go in to score. Colorado adds a field goal then right before the half. Detmer finds Caruth again, and that makes it 26-7 at the half. You guys really had a good rhythm going there for, I don't know, midway through the second quarter, but things kind of snowballed on
a little bit. That's what I was saying. You know, I thought we were doing things well. We're staying within our game plan on offense, mixing it up. I thought things were, we were moving the ball both on the ground and keeping them somewhat off balance. Defensively, we were playing good against the run, and then again, the kicking game changed the momentum of the game and allowed them to loosen up and make some things happen.
It's always tough when a team scores right before the half. What did you tell your kids all of a sudden you're down 26-7? What was going on in the locker room?
Well, we try to get our kids settled down and just tell them to play, that they were getting out of whack, and trying to make things happen. We told them basically the same thing as we did coming out. Just relax, play, take care of your responsibility, and be sound. And you can see we had some breakdowns, and most of the time there were mental things that can be corrected.
All right, we'll be back to take a look at the second half and get the players' reaction when the Barry Alvarez Show continues.
The Barry Alvarez Show is sponsored by Ameritech, Cops Company of Stevens Point, Danford Jewelers of Madison, Fiduciary Management Incorporated, General Casualty Insurance Companies, Kennedy Hahn TV and Appliance, M&I Banks, MCP Corporation, Mendota Gridiron Club, Nons Flooring of Middleton, Old Style Beer, Sundance Photo, and Wycor.
Nuns Flooring of Middleton backs the Badgers like they back their beautiful floors all the way. From the state capitol to UW's Granger Hall and the College of Engineering, UW football offices, and the McLean Center. Nuns Flooring brings quality with them statewide. Quality workmanship, quality products, quality service. And just as they stand behind the Badgers, they stand behind their floors. Call 800-383-3435.
Hi, I'm Ken Nunn of Nuns Flooring in Middleton. Put us on your floor covering team.
Go Badgers! Okay, on the can of Old Style, there's a story that involves a little frog. And for years, people have played Find the Frog. So before you take a sip, you have to find the frog.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Begin.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Really?
Nice work. There's a little Viking on here, too.
Yeah, I saw it with the helmet. It's back here.
Wisconsin football has become a national power, and you can be part of the excitement by joining the Mendota Gridiron Club, a tax-exempt nonprofit organization. Your contributions support Badger football and assist the head coach and his staff in maintaining a successful program. Membership entitles you to attend weekly fall meetings, the awards banquet, and many other special functions. For more information, call 608-262-7200. Experience firsthand the team that has the rest of the country talking. Join the Mendota Gridiron Club.
Barry, you come out in the second half, you got to be thinking, we get a score on the board, we're getting the ball back, we can get right back into this. On the other hand, if the other team comes out and puts one on the board, that makes it even tougher.
Yeah, well, that's what we talk to our kids about. Let's just start, get back to basics, get back to our game plan, try to take the ball down the field and score, and try to get back into the football game.
Let's look at some of those second half highlights now. Unfortunately, it was Colorado getting on the board first in this one. Detmer to James Kidd. Detmer with some time to find his receivers last night. That made it 33-7.
Yeah, he had a little time there, and have a breakdown in the back end, and they're good. I mean, he does a nice job, and you can't take anything away from them. They execute very well.
Here's one of the bright spots for you. Carl McCullough ran hard all night, 151 yards. On
Carl really played well. He ran tough. He got extra yardage. He was a workhorse.
Now, Colorado scores a field goal, then goes for a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Your defense doing a good job there of keeping him out of the end zone, and then kind of a tough play for Carl. He makes a nice run here. The ball stripped away, and Steve Rosga will take it in for the score, and that made it 43-7. You got to make Carl forget about that one, I would imagine, because he had such a good game running the ball.
Yeah, he's got to learn from that he's got to protect the football. You get in a crowd like that, you can't relax even until you're down, and he'll learn a lesson from that.
All right, 43-7 the final. Those are the game highlights. Here's the post-game reaction from the players.
I think we had chances to come back, but, we kept making little mistakes, mistakes that older veteran guys wouldn't make. We missed field goals, we have punt blocked, we don't catch third down ball, and the little things just started to happen that you wouldn't normally have.
It cuts real deep after all the preparation and all the hard work we put in this summer. But, we're a young team, strong team. We'll have our confidence that we'll bounce back.
It's very, very frustrating, That's one of the things we emphasize in practice. Getting in red zone, you got to get in the end zone. It just didn't happen. It's very frustrating.
For a first game, everybody asked about our experience, and it's a hell of an experience to get bombed like this your first game. So the way I look at it is the worst has already happened, so all we can do is get better and just grow off this.
We were not shocked, I'd say disappointed. no one expects to lose that bad, and it's a hard thing to swallow. You know, it definitely hurts the pride, but someone's got to win and someone's got to lose, so you just got to move on.
There's 10 more games in the season. One game doesn't make or break you. It's disappointed to have it happen this way. It should be nice to be a win, but it didn't happen, and we just got to keep fighting from here.
Let's take a closer look at inside some of those numbers. Badgers with 122 yards rushing. That's a little deceptive because Bevel had some sacks, but McCullough had a nice game for you as far as rushing with 151 yards. And then the passing, 278 yards. Detmer had a big game. And then special teams, I know, a big disappointment for you because you guys worked on that during the week.
I don't think anybody can spend any more time on special teams than we have. And a lot of the guys that were playing are guys that have played on special teams for us before. So to have a breakdown on the punt, that punt team basically is the same group that we had back last year, and it was just just flat out missed a guy on a count situation, and that shouldn't happen. And you know, a punt, the kicking game can turn the momentum, and you can see that to turn the momentum, gave them momentum in that football game.
All right, when we come back, we'll show you how the Badgers are scoring points off the field by giving something back to the Madison community.
Hi, my name is Ted Kellner, President of Fiduciary Capital Growth Funds. Over the long term, stocks have outperformed other financial assets. Since 1950, $1 invested in small capitalization stocks has grown to $418 versus $202 for the S&P 500, $12 for U.S. Treasury bonds, and $6 for the Consumer Price Index. Despite market volatility, Fiduciary Capital Growth Fund has provided superior rates of return for long-term patient investors by investing in smaller companies, which we feel will grow at above average rates. The fund has achieved a 13.21% annual rate of return since its inception on December 18, 1981. This means that a $10,000 investment at that time has grown to $53,567 with capital gains distributions and dividends reinvested. For a free prospectus on either of our funds, please call 414-226-4555 or write Fiduciary Funds, 225 East Mason Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53202. Thanks very much.
Wisconsin is great in general, such a beautiful state in general. We're right here at home, our pride is homegrown. We're Wisconsin's own in general, insurance individually, general casualty insurance.
M&I has been a Wisconsin banking tradition for over 140 years. Today, there are over 225 M&I offices throughout the state, so you can do all of your banking wherever you see this sign of convenience. M&I Bank, member FDIC.
For over a quarter century, Sundance Photo developed Mid-America's film. Sundance carefully processed more than 100 million rolls of your precious moments and cherished memories. Sundance turns your snapshots into works of art, and our master prints make time stand still in living color.
There's a big emphasis on community service in the Badger football program, and each year the team tackles a new project. This past summer, Angela Jacobs caught up with the players in a Madison neighborhood.
See, we've spackled, we've painted, cleaned.
Add on digging, pounding, a little groundskeeping, and it's not your usual workout for a football team. But this is a welcomed mission.
After we start letting them use the tools and digging in the dirt and things like that, I mean, you see now, they're having fun.
They digging up dirt, and I know what they're going to make. They're going to make a fence or plant.
And a whole lot more. Inside and outside, a facelift for this Allied Drive Community Center became the Badgers' latest service project.
Let's go 35.
Most of the time, the area that you're in really, it helps you out. I mean, if things are getting better, it makes you feel a lot better.
We had a lot of junk in the neighborhood, and Boy, it looked terrible. So it's going to be a lot better, and I really needed some volunteers to do this stuff.
Working side by side, these kids get to see the Badgers without the uniforms.
It's helpful to the Allied Community Center and stuff. They're helping the neighborhood more, I know.
It's a visit with long-lasting effects on this community.
It was all dirty. Now we planting plants and everything. That's good for the environment.
And also helps the Badgers.
So that they can say, well, I can do something else besides run a ball or block someone or do those types of things and get some gratification out of it.
I see friendships kind of growing as he's right there, and it's a good time, and it's fun.
And an example is all they want to leave.
And if I can affect one kid, you know, then that means a lot to me.
Call this a mission accomplished. For the Barry Alvarez Show, this is Angela Jacobs reporting.
Barry Community Service with this team an ongoing thing throughout the season?
Well, we have a minimum of hours. We ask our players to get involved each semester in at least 3 to 5 hours, and then at the end of the spring, we'll take on a project like this. Our kids will continually go to children's hospitals and make some different presentations at schools. We don't do much during the season other than hospitals possibly on Fridays, but we're so appreciative for what the people have done for us and the support we get from our fans that this is just a little bit that we can give back.
I would imagine too, for a lot of people who have never seen a Badger outside of a uniform, it's good for them because they see your players as real guys.
Well, that's right. You see them down on the field and you see a person in that uniform. You really don't associate them with someone that you can sit and visit with, and they're just kids. You know, most of them are 18, 19, 20 years old, and they're great people, and it's good to have that relationship and communication with other people.
Does it help your players keep things in perspective too, you think?
I think so. I think they really enjoy that, and they get a chance to get out and share and have some fun with some of the young people, and they come back and I see smiles on their faces. I think they do enjoy it, and it's good for everyone.
All right, stick around. When we return, we'll talk to the man in charge of the Badger running backs.
Founded in 1947, MCP Company has been a national leader in color separations, rotogravure services, and printing. From the very beginning, our corporate mission has been to anticipate the needs of our customers by continually updating technology and improving our support and services, from film stripping to plate making, from litho to roto, from pre-press to printing. MCP delivers quality. MCP delivers success. Let MCP deliver for you.
When your TV needs repair, does it seem like other stores speak a different language? Compare it to the reception you get at Kennedy Hahn. When it comes to setting a time to repair your TV or appliance, some stores just keep feeding you a line. At Kennedy Hahn, we never leave you hanging. When it comes to delivery, some TV and appliance stores keep piling on the promises, but we're never wishy-washy about our next-day delivery guarantee at Kennedy Hahn.
Okay, on the can of Old Style, there's a story that involves a little frog. And for years, people have played Find the Frog. So before you take a sip, you have to find the frog.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Begin.
Said it?
Yeah.
Really?
Nice work. There's a little Viking on here, too.
Yeah, I saw it with the helmet. It's back here.
Honey, why don't you start a fire? Honey, why don't you start a fire?
Okay. Gas fireplaces. Clean, efficient, and easy.
He's one of the new faces on the Badger coaching staff this year. Badger running backs coach Brian White comes to Wisconsin from Nevada, Las Vegas. White has been coaching running backs and wide receivers for the past 9 years at 4 different schools. 31-year-old White takes over a young but talented group of backs at Wisconsin, and he's already making quite an impression on his players.
He's out there right with you, you know, when you get tired, he picks you up, you know. you don't do something wrong, he's in your face, you know, showing you exactly what you need to do. He's helped me out a lot, and I'm real fortunate to have a coach like that. He's very energetic, you know. I think that's one of the things that gets us through practice and makes practice fun to us, is that his energy in the practice. It just picks the tempo up, and, you know, we have fun out there. I think it's good that we have a coach like that.
And running backs coach Brian White joins us along with fullback Cecil Martin. Brian, I know we talked last spring. You're taking over for Jim Huber. Your approach was it really wasn't broken. Don't have to worry about fixing things a whole lot.
Well, I think that the running game in the past has been the trademark of this football team, and I've been able to come into a situation and learn from some great football coaches, and just want to contribute and keep getting better and bring a young group of backs and establish the running game to be as productive as it has been in the past.
Barry, when you interviewed Brian, what things impressed you about him?
I knew Brian. Brian worked with us when I was at Notre Dame, and he's very intelligent. He's full of enthusiasm. He's done a great job of recruiting, and he was exactly what we were looking for to fit in with our staff. He's a good chemistry person and really brings a lot to the table.
Cecil, you got a young group of running backs. You guys feeling like you're establishing a camaraderie here early in the season? You guys hang together a lot?
Yeah, we're hanging together a lot. We got this new thing. Coach White said we have to have an identity about ourselves. So, you know, we always in practice 1, 2, 3 power back, and you know, that's what we're trying to make our trademark. This week, I think, you know, we showed that we can run the ball, and that you know, we'll be out there taking care of our business.
Brian, communication I know is so important with you. I mean, you're talking to these guys on a daily basis, even when you're not on the practice field, I would imagine.
I think that in college football or in any situation, you have to be able to communicate with people, and I think that's one of the points that we try to make an emphasis, and Coach Alvarez really makes an important point, that you have to be able to create great relationships with people, get involved with your players, and know a lot about their life, not just as a football player on and off the field. And the more you know about them, the more you get involved, the more you're going to get out of them.
Barry, I know you give your coaches pretty free rein when it comes to practices. That's always been one of your trademarks.
Well, coaches, you hire good coaches and you let them coach. And I think I know enough about them when I hire them that they're the type of person I want. I want guys that will get close to their kids and motivate them and be around their players off the field and find out about them and build that type of relationship. You know, they know what we want on the field, and they've got to have enough reins to coach their players and put their own personality into that position.
Cecil, Coach White's pretty enthusiastic out there. Does that rub off on your running backs?
Yeah, I think it does, because we get real hyped up. I mean, sometimes if the tempo isn't going like it's supposed to, you know, Coach always says, you know, you set the tempo, you set the pace in practice, and he gets fired up. He'll grab a bag before anybody and say, "Come on, hit me," like you're supposed to hit somebody on the field. So, I mean, we get fired up, and that does rub off on us.
All right, we're back to wrap things up and talk about what's in store in the next couple of weeks.
We got the car. Got the car! Ah! It was so cool of your dad to let you take the car. Tell me about it. All right, where do you want to go? Let's go to the mall. Did you hear something? I hear nothing. I hear no music. I'm so sorry.
Make your life safer. Get Pick Up and Go Cellular from Ameritech. Our safety pack has the phone and service plan you need, or choose the pack designed for you.
Hear anything now? No? Dad? Hi.
Ameritech, your link to better communication.
That's what I like.
We love the farmland extra tender pork.
That's what I like about.
The organic fruits and vegetables are awesome.
That's what I like about.
Cops has such a big selection.
I like the Coleman Natural Beef. It's lean and low in fat and cholesterol.
We love the old world crusty bread. It's baked daily and they slice it to order. We like Cops.
Cops.
M&I has been a Wisconsin banking tradition for over 140 years. Today, there are over 225 M&I offices throughout the state, so you can do all of your banking wherever you see this sign of convenience. M&I Bank. Member FDIC.
For over a quarter century, Sundance Photo developed Mid-America's film. Sundance carefully processed more than 100 million rolls of your precious moments and cherished memories. Sundance turns your snapshots into works of art, and our master prints make time stand still in living color.
On September 6th, the Mendota Gridiron Club is holding its weekly Madison meeting at Rex's Innkeeper. There will also be meetings September 5th in Racine at the Racine Marriott, September 6th at Robbins Restaurant in Oshkosh, and September 7th at Aliota's Restaurant in Milwaukee. For more information, call the Mendota Gridiron Club at 608-262-7200.
Barry, you've got 2 weeks off now. It seems like it probably couldn't come at a better time, the chance to look over some mistakes and make some corrections.
Well, we've got a young team, and we play a good team in Stanford in 2 weeks. We get a chance now to really break down the film and take a look at the mistakes. And I saw kids playing hard at the end of the ball game. I didn't see anybody quit. I think we can sit down and teach off of this film and correct those mistakes. I said all along, with the young team, we should be in a position where you get better as the season goes along. So we'll get better, and this break will allow us to give us some extra time to get those things corrected.
All right, that's our show for this week. The Badgers don't play again until September 16th, so we'll be back in 2 weeks to review the Stanford game, and we'll see you then.
Has been brought to you by Ameritech, Cops Company of Stevens Point, Danford Jewelers of Madison, Fiduciary Management Incorporated, General Casualty Insurance Companies, Kennedy Hahn TV and Appliance, M&I Banks, MCP Corporation, Mendota Gridiron Club, Nons Flooring of Middleton, Old Style Beer, Sundance Photo, and Wycor.
All across America, people working to build their futures rely on an independent insurance agent to protect their homes, autos, and lives, and more businesses and employees than anyone else. It pays to make the independent choice.
For over 75 years, the Neckerman Agency has been protecting the insurance needs of the Madison area.
And we would like to extend this protection to you. As independent agents, we compare your insurance with several companies.
Call us for the right insurance at the right price.
What memories might a ball field provide to a youngster? The green expanse of turf that seems to go on forever.